Hey everyone, Jay Cottrell here with eXp Realty here in the Tri-Cities, and I want to welcome you on this wonderful Monday to another edition of Real Estate Talk with Jay. So like I did last week, I want to give you a little bit of different information on this week's video. So I will go ahead and tell you where we have been week over week, but first I want to start out talking to you about land sales. So everything that I give you week to week is focused on residential sales. So that's single family homes, condos, and HUDs. So residential type sales. But I don't really give you much information on where land sales are currently. So let's go ahead and take a look at that first, shall we? Okay, so here's a little table for you with the most up-to-date data through April on land sales year to date. So you can see if we look at certain things like the absorption rate, which is, again, it's that function of if we stopped putting homes on the market today, how long would it take to sell out of our current, inventory of land based on the past sales rate. So you can see that is 2.4%. So the absorption rate is up, which means inventory is up. The median list price for land is up 11.8%, and it's sitting at $59.9. And if you look at the median sales price, however, that is down slightly at 3.9%. So that's at $50,000. So you can see while land is getting listed at higher rates, it's not necessarily selling at higher prices. And if you look at days on market, we're looking at the median. So the average is actually in the 250s, but the median is around 115, which is down 5% from the previous years. But the ones I don't have, but the averages I don't have on there, the average is around 250 something, and it's actually up from previous years. So land typically takes longer to sell than a home because fewer people are actually looking for land, either to build on or to acquire. So I hope that kind of gives you an idea. The land market is much different than the residential sales market. So we have a much higher absorption rate, much higher inventory, and the pricing it is not taken off quite like it has for residential sales. So if you have any more questions about land sales, please reach out to me. There's a lot more data that I could show, but I just couldn't fit it into a short video like these that I try to keep under 5 minutes. So what do you say we go ahead and take a look at this past week's data, shall we? So now shifting back to residential sales, you can see the number of new listings that hit the market was down just slightly. Number of pendings is about the same as it has been for the last few weeks. The number of active listings, again, is about the same on a week-to-week basis as it has been, hovering around that 1,100 mark, plus or minus a few dozen. However, the closed listings were actually down slightly. Now, we usually expect a big jump at the end of the month because of that just tends to be when closings get scheduled for and when homes sell, but we didn't really see that. It just kind of stayed about the same as it had for the previous week. So we just need to see once all the monthly data is tabulated, and that also could be a fact of it is Monday. So all of the closings that happened on Thursday and Friday might not have made it until the MLS yet. So we'll give that data a couple of weeks to really hash out, so we can look at the full month of April data to see if sales were up or sales were down. However, the sales price stayed about the same too. We've been staying around that $250,000 mark as far as our median sales price. The median list price did go up slightly to $335,000 and some change, which is about the same it's been over the last few weeks. So again, we're not seeing huge price spikes like we have in the past. Now, the sales price is still up double digits from last year, but it seems like we've kind of maybe hit a plateau. I guess we'll have to wait and see. We have made it through the first quarter. By the end of the second quarter, we'll really be able to see what sales are going to look like, what they've looked like for the first half of the year, and what they're going to look like for the second half of the year. Now, as far as price reductions, this is where we did see some actually pretty significant movement. So of those homes that sold over the past week, only 24% sold below their list price or original list price. So that's about a 10 percentage swing from where it has been, and or not 10%, sorry, I can't do math, but that's about a good 5% swing from where it has been sitting. And 39% of the current listings for sale are at a price that is lower than their original list price. That has hovered about the same over the past several weeks and so far this year. But again, a big drop in the number of homes that were sold at a reduced price. Now, what was that median price reduction for the homes that sold at a reduced price? It was only 5%. So that's down a pretty good bit from the previous weeks as well. And the new statistic we're tracking for you is that, not tracking, but just making available to you, is that median list to sales price ratio, which was at 98%. So that means that half of the homes are selling at 98% or less of their list price, and the other half is selling at 98% or higher list price. So that's pretty tight. That means we're still selling most things pretty close to the original list price. Anyways, I hope you found that information helpful. And if you have any questions at any time about any of this, if I say something you think, well, that doesn't sound right, or that data doesn't sound right, that's definitely not what I'm hearing elsewhere, please let me know. I'd be glad to talk to you about it. You can comment down below and I'll comment back. And also, if you know of anybody that is looking to move into our area, or people that are being transferred or moved out of our area and they need a real estate agent, I would love the opportunity to meet with them and see if I can help them through that transition. And as always, if you're looking, since we talked about land, if you're looking to buy or sell land, let's talk about that as well. Again, my name is Jay Cottrell. I'm with eXp Realty here in the Tri-Cities, and that is it for this week. We'll see you next week.